Why Spider-Man 2 was the peak of superhero storytelling. For the purpose of this video, we will compare elements of Spider-Man 2 with Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire feels a lot deeper and real than Homecoming because it explores Peter Parker's personal struggles in a way that's rare for superhero movies, especially for its time, considering its 2004 release. In Spider-Man 2, Peter's stress and self-doubt don't just affect his mood, they literally make him lose his powers. It's like his mind and body can't handle the pressure of being Spider-Man, so they shut down, which is a form of conversion disorder. This adds a psychological layer to the story, again making him relatable to many people, because even with his powers, he goes through the same problems as anyone else. He's not just fighting bad guys, he's also fighting himself. In Homecoming, Peter's problems are more straightforward. He's a teenager learning how to be a hero, dealing with a villain Vulture who's bad but not particularly complex. It's more of a standard hero-villain setup. Talking about the antagonist, Dr. Octavius in Spider-Man 2 is a whole different kind of villain. He starts out as a brilliant and kind mentor to Peter, but after the lab accident, his mechanical arms take control, twisting him into a villain. What makes Doc Ock so interesting is that his story is tied so closely to Peter's. They're both dealing with failure and ambition. Otto's goal isn't something simple, like making money or stealing. It's about proving his genius and making his dream project a reality. That's relatable. Who hasn't wanted to prove themselves or bounce back from failure? Vulture in Homecoming, on the other hand, is already a bad guy when we meet him. His goal is pretty simple: to steal and sell alien tech to make money. While Michael Keaton plays him well, his character doesn't have the same depth or emotional connection to Peter. The action in Spider-Man 2 is also on another level. The train scene is one of the most iconic superhero moments ever. The choreography is perfect, there's tension, danger, and an emotional payoff. After Spider-Man stops the train, completely exhausting himself, the passengers thank him by protecting his identity, while the whole world was wanting to know who was behind the mask. And Spider-Man's identity would have been one of the biggest scoops ever, and also attempting to protect him when Doc Ock shows up, even though they realize this fight is no match for them. It's such a powerful moment because it shows how much these people appreciate him. In Homecoming, Peter always has Iron Man as a safety net. If he fails, Tony Stark will likely swoop in to save the day. That takes away some of the stakes and makes Peter's journey feel less personal. Another reason Spider-Man 2 stands out is that it works as a standalone movie. Even though it's part of a trilogy, you don't need to watch the first or third film to understand or enjoy it. It tells a complete story about Peter's struggles, his relationships, and his growth as a hero. Homecoming, while a great movie, feels like just one piece of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's Peter's story, yes, but it's also tied to Iron Man, the Avengers, and the larger MCU. It doesn't have the same self-contained, complete feeling as Spider-Man 2. Overall, Spider-Man 2 leaves a stronger impression because it's more personal, emotional, and focused. It's not just a superhero movie, it's a story about failure, redemption, and finding the strength to keep going, which is why it still holds up today.